When you begin your journey, when you decide to chase something bigger than yourself, one thing you must accept is this: not everyone will understand you. This is not because people are bad, it is simply because your dream is your dream, not theirs. The picture in your heart, the fire in your mind, the vision you see every day, that is something only you can fully understand. When you try to explain it to others, most of the time they cannot see what you see. They may hear your words, but they don't feel your passion, they don't share your perspective, and so naturally they will not understand. When I was young, I had many crazy ideas. I told people, one day, the internet will change China, but back then, nobody believed me. My friends laughed. They said, "Jack, you don't even know how to code. You don't even have money. How can you talk about the internet?" Some even told me directly, "This is nonsense." If I had believed them, I would have stopped right there. But I kept going because I knew, even if they didn't understand, I could not let their lack of vision stop me from pursuing mine. You must know, when you share your journey with everyone, you are giving them the power to comment, to criticize, to discourage. And sometimes, even without bad intentions, they will do it. Imagine you plant a small seed in the ground. It is fragile, it needs care, it needs quiet to grow. But if every day someone steps on it or pulls it out to check if it is growing, that seed will die before it becomes a tree. Your journey is like that seed. If you expose it too early to people who don't understand, they might crush it before it has the chance to grow. Do not be angry with people who cannot understand you. They are not supposed to. They have not walked your path. They have not felt your hunger. They have not seen the vision you carry in your heart. Expecting them to understand is like expecting someone to taste food just because you described it. Unless they experience it, they will never know. And that is okay. The real strength of a dreamer is not in convincing everyone to believe in them. It is in walking forward even when nobody understands. It is in having the courage to keep going when people shake their heads and say, "This cannot be done." Remember, every great innovation in history, every breakthrough, every success, it all started with one person who was not understood by the crowd. So if people don't understand your journey, don't waste time trying to explain everything. Don't argue. Don't prove yourself too early. Just keep building. Keep working. One day when your dream becomes reality, those same people will look at you and say, "Now I understand." When you speak about your story, when you share your struggles or your dreams, you will notice something very quickly. People may listen, but very few truly care. This is a reality of life that is sometimes hard to accept, but once you understand it, you will become stronger. Most people are busy with their own lives. They have their own problems, their own challenges, their own goals. When they hear your story, they might nod, they might smile, they might even say, "That's interesting." But after 5 minutes, they forget it because it does not belong to them. I remember when I first started talking about creating a business on the internet, I told many people. Some of them listened carefully, some even encouraged me. But at the end of the day, they went home and carried on with their own lives. Nobody stayed up at night worrying about whether my dream would succeed. Nobody lost sleep over whether Alibaba would survive the next month. That responsibility, that concern was mine alone. And this is the truth for anyone starting something new. The weight of your dream rests on your shoulders, not on the people who listen to you. That is why you cannot expect too much from sharing your story widely. People may show interest, but deep down very few care enough to stand with you when things get difficult. You might think, if I tell my story, maybe people will support me. Yes, some will support, but most will just watch. When you succeed, they will clap. When you fail, they will shake their heads and move on. It is not because they are cruel. It is simply because they are focused on their own journey. This is why you must be careful. Don't mistake attention for care. Don't confuse listening with understanding. And don't depend on the approval of the crowd to push forward. If you wait for everyone to care about your dream before you act, you will wait forever. The reality is, in this world, you may find one or two people who truly care, maybe your family, maybe a close friend, maybe a mentor. Cherish those people. Share with them. Trust them. But don't feel disappointed when the rest of the world shows no real interest. That is normal. So what should you do? Instead of telling everyone your story, invest that energy into working on it. Show results. Show progress. People don't care about your problems, but they respect your solutions. They don't care about your struggles, but they admire your victories. When you achieve something, suddenly everyone will be interested. They will ask, "How did you do it?" They will say, "I always believed in you." That is how human nature works. So remember, when you tell your story, people may listen politely, but very few will carry it in their hearts. Don't be sad about this. Don't expect too much. Instead, use it as motivation. Because at the end of the day, your story is not something to be pitied or judged. It is something to be lived. And the best way to make people care is not with words. In the early stages of any dream, the vision is like a small flame. It gives light, but it is fragile. A small gust of wind can blow it out. That is why silence is so powerful. When you keep your dream quiet, you are protecting it from the unnecessary noise of the world. People talk a lot. Some will doubt, some will criticize, some will even make fun of you. If you share too much too soon, their words can weaken your belief before it has had time to grow strong. Think about it, a great idea does not need to be broadcast the moment it is born. Just like a newborn baby, it needs time, care, and protection before it can stand on its own. If you expose it to the world too early, it becomes vulnerable. When I had the idea for Alibaba, I didn't run around telling every single person. If I did, I would have been surrounded by questions. "Jack, are you sure this will work?" "Jack, why risk your life on the internet?" At that time, even I was not 100% sure. If I let those voices enter my mind too early, maybe I would have given up. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. When you stay quiet, you keep your energy focused on building instead of defending. You do not waste time explaining yourself. You do not waste energy answering every doubt. You simply move forward. And one day, when your vision starts to show results, the world will see it without you needing to say much. By then, your idea is strong enough to handle criticism, because it has proof behind it. Many people lose their dreams because they talk too much. They get excited, they share with everyone, and when people respond negatively, they lose confidence. The truth is, sometimes the more you speak, the less power your vision has. But when you stay quiet, you are storing energy like a battery charging in silence. And when the time is right, you can release it with full strength. Of course, silence does not mean isolation. You should share your vision with a few trusted people, mentors, close friends, partners, who will encourage you, who will give honest feedback, and who will not laugh at you when times are tough. But you do not need to tell the whole world. The world does not need every detail of your journey. The world only needs to see your results. So protect your vision with silence. Let it grow in the dark like roots of a tree under the soil. Nobody sees them, but without those roots, the tree can never stand tall. When the time comes, your vision will speak loudly through your actions. And when that happens, you won't need to explain anymore. The success itself will be the explanation. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they must constantly explain themselves to others. They feel the need to justify why they are chasing a dream, why they are struggling, why they are choosing a different path. But explanations rarely convince anyone. People may listen, but they still carry their doubts. They may smile, but deep inside, they may think you are wasting your time. The truth is, no amount of talking will prove your story. Only success can do that. When I was building Alibaba, I received endless criticism. People said, "Jack, this will never work. You don't have money. You don't have technology. You don't even know what e-commerce is." If I had tried to argue with each person, if I had wasted my energy explaining over and over why it would work, I would have lost focus. Instead, I kept quiet and continued building. In the early years, very few people believed in us. But after we succeeded, suddenly everyone understood. Success made the explanation unnecessary. You see, when you succeed, your results speak louder than any speech. Success is a universal language. You don't need to tell people why you worked hard, why you sacrificed, why you made certain choices. They see the outcome, and they respect it. The same people who doubted you may even say, "I always knew you could do it." This is human nature. People don't trust words as much as they trust results. This is why you should not waste your energy trying to make everyone understand your story today. Instead of spending hours convincing people, use that time to build something. Use that energy to improve yourself, to take one more step forward. Success will explain for you. Success will silence the doubts better than your words ever can. It is also important to remember that success does not have to be huge at first. Even small results carry weight. When people see you improving, when they see you growing, when they see you moving forward step by step, it tells a story. Each little achievement is proof that your path has value. Over time, these small results add up and suddenly people see the bigger picture. So don't argue, don't beg for belief, don't spend your life explaining your dream to those who cannot see it. Let your actions do the talking. Let your results tell the story, because once you succeed, the same people who doubted you will no longer need an explanation. The success itself will be enough. And when that day comes, you will realize something powerful. The journey was never about proving others wrong. It was about proving yourself right. And the best proof in this world is not in words, but in results. In life, you cannot tell your story to everyone, because not everyone deserves to hear it. Choosing your audience is as important as the story itself. When you share your vision with the wrong people, they will either ignore it, laugh at it, or use it against you. But when you share it with the right people, they can give you guidance, encouragement, and strength. This is why you must be wise in deciding who gets to hear your story. When I started my journey, I realized quickly that if I told my ideas to everyone, I would be surrounded by negative voices. Some people would say, "It's impossible." Others would ask, "Why waste your time?" Many would just shake their heads and move on. None of this helped me. But when I shared my ideas with the few people who truly believed in me, something magical happened. They gave me energy. They didn't always have solutions, but they gave me hope. They reminded me that I was not crazy for dreaming. The truth is, not everyone can handle your story. Some people only listen to find your weakness. Some listen just to gossip. Some even pretend to support you, but in their hearts, they are waiting for you to fail. If you keep sharing with people like this, you will lose confidence. That is why your story must be told only to people who are worthy of it. Those who will lift you higher, not pull you down. Think about it this way. When you plant a seed, you don't scatter it on the street where anyone can step on it. You put it in good soil where it has a chance to grow. Your story is that seed. The soil is your audience. If the soil is bad, the seed will die. If the soil is good, the seed will grow into a strong tree. So ask yourself, who is the right soil for my story? Who deserves to hear it? For most people, the answer is only a small circle, maybe a mentor, a close friend, a partner, or a family member who truly believes in you. You don't need the whole world to understand your journey in the beginning. You only need a few people who trust you, who encourage you, who push you forward when you feel tired. The rest of the world can wait until you succeed. So don't tell everyone your story. Choose your audience wisely. Protect your vision from careless words, from unnecessary criticism, from people who don't really care. Share only with those who will water the seed, not those who will trample on it. And one day, when your dream has grown into a tree full of fruits, then you can tell the whole world. By then, you won't even need to say much. because your success will tell the story better than words ever could.